Is gestart? Stef, kan je zien welke timecode loopt er nu in de video daar? De timecode daar. 31 of 40 of zo. 44. Dat is een seconde verschil.
Words, words, words. No matter whether we disguise with the word falls each time we see
reality or fantasy, superficial
no matter whether we disguise with the word home. It falls each time we see our belongings. Words, words, words. No matter whether we disguise with the word home. Home falls. It falls each time we see our belongings. Words, words, words. Words, words, words.
Superficial.
Words, words, words. Words, words,
Superficial.
words.
Reality and fantasy.
Superficial
or not. Reality and fantasy. Superficial or not. Reality and fantasy. Superficial or not. Reality and fantasy. Superficial or not. Reality and fantasy. Superficial or not. Reality and fantasy. Superficial or not. Reality and fantasy. Superficial or not. Reality and fantasy. Superficial or not.
Binnen een tiental seconden moet je
Reality
vallen.
and fantasy. Superficial or not. Reality and fantasy. Superficial or not. Reality and fantasy.
Space. An empty, black space. Black. Black it was. An empty, black space. Black it was. An empty, black space. Not empty, if it was black. Not too black. An empty, black space. Not too black to be empty. Black. Black it was. An empty, black space. Not empty, if it was black. Not too black to be empty. Maybe dark. Sure to fall. If not, how to fall? Sure to fall. But no walls, no floor. If not, how to fall? Sure to fall. No walls, no floor. If not, how to fall? You fall. Sure to fall. No walls. Maybe dark. Home. You fall. Home. You fall. Home. You fall. Home. fresh air. Home again. Not alone, fresh air. Home again. Not alone. New. Not alone. Light. Bright. New. Light. Bright. Bright light. Light. Bright. Bright light. Where am I? What happened? Am I wet? Why am I wet? Oh, it was a dream. I don't feel scared anymore. The fear of darkness is gone. What was I about to do? Hector, close the window. Okay, let's organize the room. I'm thirsty. I will go to the kitchen. Juliana!
Oh no, he's gonna complain I didn't clean.
I have to tell you about my dream.
Why is he yelling?
You know, I used to be scared of the dark and being alone, and after, with this dream,
I don't really like human contact in the morning.
hey, where are the spoons? You put them wherever, find order for it. Don't just put them wherever.
I always put them in place.
No, you don't.
If you want, I put it in the toilet.
I found one inside the sofa last time. It's not nice to find the things like, it's a mess.
The beauty is in the mess. I can do it tomorrow.
Tomorrow is already the next second.
Tomorrow is also after tomorrow. I work my butt, and in Brazil we don't cook, clean, and wash.
I don't want to live like a pig in Minorca.
Control freak.
Actually, it's getting better. I'm proud of you. Bravo.
Do I get a star for that?
Now you're taking care of our home.
You're welcome. Words, words, words. No matter whether we disguise what the word home means, home falls and falls each time you leave your belongings, and getting led by words with words, becoming a label. And knowing that words with words can mean so much and so little with the same word. Home could be a place, person, or a bed with a shitty, comfortable sheet. Home is what you miss. Home is what you never forget. Even though knowing that words with words could not become home.
She was a bitch. What a bitch. She was a bitch. She was a bitch. What a bitch. She She was such a bitch. She was a bitch. What a bitch, right? She was such a bitch. She was a bitch. What a bitch, right? She was such a bitch. She was the biggest bitch. She was such a bitch for such a little girl. She was the biggest bitch. She was such a bitch for such a little girl. She was a bitch. What a bitch. Unbelievable mini bitch. Such a bitch. Mini bitch in a minivan. Unbelievable, but actually she was more of a maxi bitch. Mini bitch in a minivan. But actually she was more of a maxi bitch. She was such a bitch. What a bitch. She was a real bitch. She was a bitch. She was a real bitch. She was such a bitch. What a bitch. She was such a bitch. She was a bitch. She was a bitch. What a bitch. What a bitch. She was a bitch. She was the biggest bitch. She was such a bitch. She was a bitch. Such a bitch. She was such a bitch. She was a bitch. What a bitch. What a bitch. She was such a bitch. Such a bitch. She was a bitch. The biggest unbelievable mini bitch. She was such a bitch. She was the biggest bitch. She was such a bitch. Unbelievable bitch. What a bitch. Mini bitch. Unbelievable mini bitch. She was a bitch. Such a bitch. She was a bitch. Bitch. She was such a bitch. She was such a bitch. She was a bitch. Unbelievable mini bitch. Mini bitch. But actually she was a bitch. Unbelievable mini bitch. The summer I turned 11, my town's ballet school was preparing a junior company to perform a mini production of The Firebird at local libraries and nursing homes over the course of 2 weeks. Until then, my dream had been set on being a professional basketball player with the WNBA, and my summers have been filled with basketball camps. But since all of the girls from my school would be auditioning for the junior ballet company, I decided I didn't want to miss out on a summer with friends and would audition too. One day, while I was out on the boulevard selling lemonade for 50 cents a glass, a familiar minivan pulled up. It was Madeline, a girl from my class and neighbor, along with her mother. The back window of the minivan rolled down to show Madeline beaming at me. Horrified. Hi! You want some lemonade, I happily asked? No, said Madeline. I just wanted to tell you that you missed the junior company audition today. I guess you won't be touring with us this summer. And with that, she rolled up the window, and her mother drove the two of them away. My heart sank, and I began to cry as I packed up my lemonade stand and headed home. My mother was naturally concerned when she saw me in tears, and consoling me, she said that we could call the ballet school and see if I could still audition. It can't hurt to ask, she said. In the end, I was able to audition later the next week. Had Madeline not rubbed my misfortune in my face, I most likely wouldn't have thought twice about it and would have gone on to another basketball camp. In the end, I have to thank her for her cruelty. That summer became the first of many challenging but thrilling moments dedicated to ballet.
I was 17 when I left home for the first time. Home is Cyprus. To go to a vocational ballet school in America. It was the first time that I realized that there were other talented young dancers out there. And that bubble from the tiny island where I'm from was burst. I was asked to be the snow queen in the youth company's Nutcracker over Christmas. And I was so excited. The snow queen. So exciting. So I practiced for weeks and It was my first Christmas away from home also, so it was a very big deal. And on the day of the performance, I was in my white tutu and my tiara, warming up on stage. And the floor was quite slippery. So at one point, I was practicing an attitude pirouette, and my foot slipped from underneath me, and I fell flat on the floor. From an attitude pirouette to flat on the floor. My chin hit the linoleum, and under the linoleum, there were 2 nails facing upwards. They completely dug into my chin. I was bleeding really badly, but I didn't realize. I just got up and I continued practicing. And then I realized that all the teachers and students had gathered around me, and they were in a panic. They wanted to cancel the show, they wanted to send me to hospital. No. I was adamant to perform. So I put a plaster over my chin. And we started the show. And every time I left the stage, I had to change the plaster because I was bleeding right through them. But the show was a success. And it was only at the end, when I bowed and I looked down, and I realized there was a red line of blood running down the front of my white tutu. A red line of blood down the front of my white tutu.
Been the girly girl, much to the frustration of my mother. I've refused to wear pants till the age of 12, not even pajamas. The option of dresses and skirts was just nicer to me. I love fashion and dressing up. Mostly retro and pin. My style, I would say, is Disney princess makeup. I love hats and fascinators. Next to that, they are a big part of my life. I did not let my mom impose what I was wearing. And also, I did get bullied over it in school. I do remember always being the odd one in terms of style, even at a young age. I remember not understanding why, because I was getting the clothes from the same shops. So, why was I? Everyone always asked, what will tomorrow be? What will I be doing? For me the question was always, what would I be wearing? Is that superficial? By the age of 13, I decided that fitting in didn't matter.
He was a swimming coach. In 87, he discovered Attila Tana, his favorite swimmer. 1996, they won a gold medal at the Olympic Games in Atlanta. His entire life was about coaching. He was so strict. There was always tension around him. I felt this tension as well. I was always stressed as a kid because of him. His father was a respected doctor. He should have been proud of his son. But I've heard at home he was chasing him with a knife when he was a kid. I forgive him. He was hitting me, but I forgive him. I know I wasn't an easy kid. He would just hit me again. I forgive him. The unstoppable anger hitting me again. I forgive him. He was disappearing very quickly. He's not looking so good all of a sudden. The last time we talked in the hospital, his last words were, "Learn from Attila, he's a diamond." He couldn't even say, "I'm proud of his son." He was hitting me, but I forgive him. He would just hit me again. I forgive him. The unstoppable anger hitting me again. He couldn't even say, "I'm proud of his son." Learn from Attila, he's a diamond. The unstoppable anger. He couldn't even say, "I'm proud of his son." He couldn't even say, "I'm proud of his son." He hitting me again. Unstoppable anger. I forgive him. Unstoppable anger. I couldn't even say, "Learn from Attila." Couldn't even say, "I'm proud of the unstoppable." He couldn't even say, "Learn from Attila." You. All my hatred and tension caused by you are gone. Now, I can't help but feeling my heart is unlocked, and all my emotions coming to the surface. As I get older, from time to time, I discover you inside of me.
tagliate anche vero, non è? Non si può fare. Dealing with traffic, I think